All right, hello folks. I'm here once again. Uh so this is going to be yet another wonderful discussion that I'm going to have. Make sure you thumbs up the stream, please, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new here. I'd greatly appreciate it. I appreciate every viewer and every subscriber. So anyway, okay. Um, what we're going to be discussing today is, like I said, anybody who asks for the link, you're going to get the link. It doesn't matter who you are. Actually, you know what? No, never mind. It actually does, because I've had people come up here and think that it's a wonderful, fine and dandy idea to, drop explicit stuff that they shouldn't be dropping. And it's a problem. You know, it is a problem. But as long as you're going to be civil and you're going to be respectful, then you're more than welcome to come up. So there's that. Anyway, um, I did see before I started that Val and company were here. So Val, if you're still in the chat, and you would like to come up, I will gladly give you the link, because I know that you did come up before. So there's that. But hang on a minute. Let me mute real quick. All right, never mind. Okay, I'm back. Um, I was trying to figure out how to actually, wait a minute, never mind. Never mind, because I know how to do it now. Hang on again. All right. So I'm back again. Um, yeah, like I said, um, Val or anybody else that would like to come on, you're more than welcome to. Oh, I did see Smelly Cat was around earlier. So, yes, Smelly Cat. Um, Russ the First streaming once again. If you would like to come on, you're more than welcome to also. I would appreciate it. Mm. Anyway. Yeah, so I did get to talking to because she left me well, we didn't talk on the phone about it, but we did, we have text message back and forth. Um Now the reason that it was brought up, right, when I was on panel with Hikari is because she didn't tell me not to tell anybody what she was doing, so that's why I decided to discuss it. But she told me from now on, don't tell anybody what it is that I'm doing because they're gonna blast me over it. So I'll keep that in mind. I just brought it up because she didn't tell me that she didn't want me to mention anything. But she did tell me not to say anything else earlier, so there's that. Oh my. Is Val live still actually? Let me look. I'm gonna have to stop real quick. Okay, I guess not. No, Val, I thought that you were live still. What happened? Yeah, Val's not streaming still. Obviously not because she was over here and she and everybody liked to stream, so yeah. I'm just waiting to see if anybody joins. Because I'm not seeing anybody in the chat right now. Uh oh. Oh. So, um, Smelly Cat brought this up, right? What are you going to talk about today, Russ? Nothing. I don't have a topic in mind to discuss at all. Aside from the fact that I think that you know, I still do, and I still really and truly believe that this is just my opinion, right? regarding what's going on with Hikati and Fresh Garbage. I don't think Fresh Garbage stands a chance. Personally, I really don't, because of the fact that Hikati, right, has a lot of hard evidence, hard evidence towards hard evidence against, right, Fresh Garbage. Um, it's going to be a nightmare in court for them both. It really and truly will be. Mm. I'm not seeing anybody here. I'm upset about that. Well, I am and I'm not. Because I'm not going to end the stream just because nobody's here. I'll wait. Ugh. Well, hang on a minute. All right. And now I got to check something else. Hold on. All right. Yeah, since I can't. Okay, this is the thing that I'd like, you guys to be. It's something I'd like you guys to be aware of. Since I, for some reason, cannot do what I usually do, which is go into my studio whenever I'm live, right, and check and see what the dislike the like to dislike ratio is. I did find there are a ton of because obviously with the way YouTube is now, you can't see dislikes no more, right? And I understand that it is still engagement, but I like to check on it just to make sure that I don't get completely ratioed. So I cannot access the actual web browser version of Studio for some reason because it's not letting me. So I had to use a dislike viewer, and I'm not seeing any dislikes. Well, dislike viewer website, I mean. And there's more than one of them. So that's a suggestion to, obviously anybody who wants to see what the ratio is and you don't know how to actually access your studio, right? Well, the web version of the studio, right? Then there is, you can just do it that way, I suppose. Oh. Now, for him to come all the way down here to kidnap this woman. Well, that makes no sense. Does he have to take a plane ticket down here? Oh, I'm sorry. That's still in my head, unfortunately. And speaking of that, I like to talk about this. Speaking of GP, GP is going to be live again soon, from what I saw. So I mean, I'm going to tune in just like everybody else is, I suppose. Now GP, right? Hikati did talk about this. GP says that what was recently put out is well he yeah the information that Hikati shared, right, um before she privated her channel. GP said that it was a failed dox. Just like how for anybody that still isn't aware and still isn't out of the loop, for a really long time, the Bodega were the main perpetrators of this. Um, and it was heavily discussed by GP when I did have GP Witty and Tragic on panel many moons ago. The lie was perpetrated for a very long time, right? This lie was perpetrated for a very long time, according to GP. And the Bodega actually did engage in this type of behavior. The GP is, according to the Bodega, was, according to the Bodega, let me rephrase that, a white man, a fat white man from Ohio, right? Ohio, who was placed on a sex offender registry. There was a video that I was sent years ago by GP to prove to Tragic and the rest of the Bodega that GP was, in fact, a black man. And I did show the video on that stream when it was when we did do it, on that panel. Tragic, made it a point that did not look like a white man, right? It looked like did not look like a black man. Excuse me, my goodness. It looked like a shadow. Wow. What is wrong with you, Russ? Yeah, it looked like a shadow. It didn't look like an actual person in the video. I don't, however, have the video anymore because the video was on, it was sent to me when I had my old phone, right? My iPhone 13, which I don't have anymore because I had to sell it. But yeah, that was a video that GP sent me a really long time ago to prove to everybody that he was not what they were, who they were accusing him of being. So, I mean, I don't even have to show it right now, and I have to show it again anyways right now because you go look at that stream, you'll see, the timestamp where I did show that, right? I showed the video. Russ got the video. Yes, I did have the video. I don't have the video anymore, much to everybody's dismay. So anyway, now, yeah, I really don't know what else I'm going to be talking about today. I'm still not seeing anybody in chat. Let me see if the chat's actually working. Hang on. Yeah, I don't see anybody here. Oh well. Hang on again though. I am checking something else real quick again. I apologize for having to continue to mute. And as I said before, please leave a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Oh, Edna's here. All right. Now we see Edna. Edna, did you want to come on again? Oh, Edna is here. We love to see our Edna. No? Are you busy? Edna, you came on before. You don't want to come on again? Was it something I said? What did I do? I'm on lunch break. Oh, you're busy? Okay, so all right. That's fine. Well, I'm glad you're in the chat anyway. Yeah, and as I said before, please leave a thumbs up. I'm desperate. Oh. All right, anyway. I'm busy, no worries. Okay, all right, Edna. Edna, can I ask if it's all right? What are you having for lunch? Because I'm actually eating lunch myself, as a matter of fact. But I'm having something that, a lot of people don't like, which is Takis. Yeah, I'm being that cheap. Uh-huh. Okay, oatmeal. Da 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 da. I thought that, Val and everybody, I did tell everybody when Val was live that I was going to be streaming. So, I mean, obviously, because it's going to forever be from here on in, fuck Illusionist Rebel. Nobody wants to, be around Russ anymore because Russ is such a horrible, vile human being. Nobody else is here aside from you, Edna, but that's fine. Even if it's just one person in the chat, I don't care. I had leftovers for breakfast. So you didn't just have oatmeal? Give me another second. Hang on. Oh, anyway. Oh. I didn't, I will tell you all this right now. I did not, unfortunately, haven't haven't had a chance to dabble in the hood pussy again for quite some time because I've been without it. Eventually, a man has to take a break. I dabbled in the hood pussy for quite some time. Well, great that you don't mind being questioned. You're not gonna have a fucking choice. Woohoo! I did have a choice. Okay. Did have a choice. I was who made the decision to call the detective. I called the police. So it's called, yes. People do have a choice, okay? People kind of do have a choice in terms of whether or not they want to speak to law enforcement. I made the decision to go to the detective to get her on the phone and really let her, give her an earful. So it's like ultimately at the end of the day, it's not like, oh, Russ didn't have a choice. Russ was going to be forced to be questioned. No. You have something in this country that is known as free will, okay? You can choose whether or not you want to speak to police officers. So I made the choice and I called the detective my damn self. And that's it. That's it. That's it and that's all. And for anybody thinking, well, did he call them again? No, didn't. Did it one time, that's it. I don't need to call them again. I don't need to call them for any other reason. Because I already gave them all of the information that they needed for the case, and that is it. And for anybody thinking that, well, just because Russ talked to a detective doesn't mean that they're going to look further into his involvement. That's not what the police do. When somebody new comes forward to the LAPD or to any other law enforcement agency, oh, you better believe that the police will 100% take it seriously and look further into the statements made, be it over the phone or in person, and include all of that, everything in the case file. The phone interview that I had with the detective will be included in the case file, whether anybody likes it or not. Okay? So that's it. That's it. I did what needed to be done. I did what everybody was asking me to do. I don't have to do anything else in terms of talking to them. If I want to call them again, I'll call them again. I haven't. So for anybody thinking, well, did he get on the phone with them again? No. I only called them to speak to that one detective, and that was it. That's it, and that's all. So, yeah, as I said before, you make the choice. You make the choice to pick up the phone, and call a police officer, which is exactly what the fuck I did. So that's it. That's it and that's all. And I told people already, I don't condone, I don't condone anybody going out of their way to deliberately try to harass that specific detective. I said it already, I'll say it again. I don't condone police harassment. I absolutely 100% do not. I don't condone people harassing police officers. Don't do it because A, you're going to get in trouble, and B, it's just not a smart idea. Okay, it's not. You want to call the police and give them information, that's one thing, but don't go out of your way to harass cops. Just don't. Police officers are there to 100%, get information from anybody. Okay. And I read another thing I read about the LAPD is they are known for conducting out of state interviews anyway. They will interview people that don't live in California. So that's it. That's it, and that's all. That's all I'm saying about the matter. I'm not speaking on it anymore. I'm just, stating a fact. For people to think that, oh, yeah, he's still calling them. I'm not. Have not called them again since that phone call that I had. But Russ has a past, and what we're going to find out, you all found out already by me talking to the detective. You found out even more. So you're welcome. You're welcome. You're all welcome. Ha ha. And as for the, as for the, you know what, I'm going to quote Donnie Darko just because I feel like it. I will quote Jake Gyllenhaal. And as for the whole gangbang scenario, Smurfs are asexual. They can't even figure out what to do with those little white pants. Or whatever the fuck it was that he said. I haven't watched that movie in a hot minute. That, let me tell you, that, okay, is a movie that will forever stand the test of time. I don't care who says what. Donnie Darko is always going to be one of my favorite movies. Hands down. Because you see, Russ has now gone out here and just interfered in a police investigation. Oh, you know what? Shouldn't have, you shouldn't have said, why didn't you call them? If people shouldn't have said, people shouldn't have asked me that question in the first place. Why didn't you call them if people didn't want me to call them? If people didn't want me to call them, somebody should have said, don't call. Don't call. Nobody told me not to call. No one told me not to call. You had a legal obligation to call. So, yeah, the legal obligation was fulfilled. What's the issue? It shouldn't be as much of a problem anymore as it was before. He's still talking about it. Well, to clear more things up. That's why I'm still talking about it. That's it. I don't expect them to want to reach out to me for further information regarding that case. I don't. Nor do I anticipate them doing so. Because it's still not going to be an active investigation that they're going to do regarding all that. It's not. It was sent to the cold case for that reason, the cold case unit for that reason and that reason alone. When a case, okay, is sent to whatever kind of case, any kind of case, be it a missing persons case, a homicide case, a robbery case, whatever it is, they will send it to the cold case unit due to the fact that, the initial leads that the police have been exhausted. And if they receive new information, which is what I provided to the LAPD when I called, it's going to be sent to the cold case unit. That's just what they do. That's what they do. So, no, I don't anticipate being listed as a person of interest regarding that. I don't anticipate being listed as a suspect regarding that because I know for a fact that neither of those things are ever going to happen. Okay? Now, the only way okay, at this point, that I will call them again is if somebody messages me on Twitter or wherever else that, people who have my phone number do get into contact with me and tell me that, hey, they do want to speak with you a bit more regarding your involvement with that. That's the only reason that is the only that and that alone. Somebody telling me that they do want to talk to me further will literally be the only way that I will call them again. That's it. So if they don't want to reach out, if they don't want any further comment from me, okay, regarding that, I'm not going to bother calling them again. That's all there is to it. So anyway, Edna, um, I want you to know, okay, that I'm still paying attention to the stuff that you're doing. In terms of your content, I think it's very well done. Did you go over Heather? Because I did say that I have been paying attention, but as of fairly recently, I haven't been paying that much attention because I've been busy doing stuff. Are you still covering Heather or no? And give me another minute. Okay. I just had to check something else. Wait a minute. All right. I'm back. So, yeah. That's it and that's all. That is it and that is all. Thought about doing retro reactions. See, with me, I'm not, because I know for a fact that it's going to be another back and forth if I do go over the retro streams that were done, the streams that were done about me again. I believe I did do that already. I did do streams going over what was said about me back in the day, if I remember correctly. And I know for a fact that if I do it again, the individual in question that did do the streams about me will have something to say about it. And I really and truly do not feel like going back and forth with him anymore at this point. Because he finally did stop talking about me. So, yeah. And I do understand that it will be, good for, for more entertainment, for more content, but I don't want to spend the rest of my life fighting with people on here. I really don't. I'm overdoing that at this point. I'm beyond overdoing that at this point. And I mean, when everything is said and done, what is Russ gonna do then? What's Russ gonna do then? Not gonna do nothing. Not gonna do nothing but continue to mind my own business, and that's it. And I would like to state, right, because I'm sure that everybody and their mother All right, if people aren't thinking this now, um, yeah, okay. The thing of it is right. I'd like to reiterate this fact, okay? Um, because for those of you that don't know, I did end up traveling to um, Broward County, as I did make a post about, right? And the reason that I went to Broward County wasn't, there was more than one reason that I was there, okay? Um, the reason that I went to Broward County is because, okay, the thing that I posted, right, the picture that I shared on Twitter, right, about me, having a child, me having a daughter, right, was actually legitimate, unbeknownst to all of you, because I know for a fact there are people out there that think it's AI. It's not AI. One of the other reasons why I went way over there is because that is where the mother of my child lives. Okay, she lives over there. Now, I'm not going to divulge any further details regarding that because I don't want her harassed. I'm not saying who it is. All I will state is she does live there. Okay? So there's that. And that picture was taken in a it at her house, so to speak. Okay? And she is who took the picture. I didn't take the picture. So I don't want to hear, oh well, it's AI, because it's not. It's not. I know people are going to be nosy and are going to be snooping around and are going to want all the details in the world about who the mother of my child is. I'm not going to do that to her, okay? I'm not going to drag her name through the mud like that because, I mean, despite the fact that she is, okay, the mother of my daughter, we're not even in, we were not even together, okay? We were not even in a relationship. Me and her just hooked up and that was it. As I told Linda already. Because, I mean, even Whitty made it a point, the story's not believable. Well, there's proof. There's proof for all of you that, yes, I do have a kid. Okay, and that's it. And people can say and think whatever it is that they want about that, right? But at the end of the day, I now have to deal with the responsibility of being a parent, okay? I have to, whether I want to or not. I don't have a choice, okay? And I would also like to state this, okay? I did inform her, okay? I did inform her that if she, before she, did, give birth to our child, I did tell her, right? Listen, if this is something that you don't want to do, because I am pro-choice, always have been, always will be. If this is something that you don't want to do, if you do decide to, go through with having an abortion, I'm fine with it because I'm not about to police what a woman should do with her body. I think that men that do that to women are assholes personally. So that's why I told her, if you decide that you don't want to have the child, I'm not going to just be here. I'm not going to just say, oh, well, no, you need to get an abortion. I informed her of that, and she made the conscious decision to go ahead and have the child. So I did inform her, if you don't want to have beforehand, right? beforehand. If you don't want to go through with having this baby, okay, I'm not going to force you to have the child. I'm not going to do that. And she said, no, she said, I want to do it. So, sure enough, she had the child. So there's that. Well, Russ, did you make sure, did you guys use protection? Yes, we did. And she still ended up getting pregnant anyway. So there's that. Capone Boxer, yes. Daddy Russ, indeed. Let me mute again. But yeah. All right, I'm back. Yes, I do, in fact. You know what? I will divulge one detail, okay? I will divulge one detail in regards to my baby mama, okay? She's one of those real hardcore Latinas. She is from Cuba, okay? She's from Cuba, and yes, I will also state this. She is employed, um, and I don't care, okay, if I get flack for talking about this. I really don't, because it was already put out there anyway. Um, something regarding me and a stripper was already put out there anyway, as it is. Yes, Capone, yes. She indeed is an exotic dancer. She is employed at a gentleman's club over in Broward County. So there you go. And that gentleman's club, I'm also not going to disclose what the name is of that place, because I also do not want them getting harassed. I don't want people calling them and being like, oh, Russ, Illusionist Rebel said that he got one of your dancers pregnant. Is it true? Because I know for a fact there's going to be somebody in these types of communities that is going to go out of their way to do that. And I don't want that happening. I don't want that happening. I don't want that happening. I don't. I really do not. But yeah, as I said, that she is Cuban, right? She is Cuban. She is a Latina, and she is originally, yes, but born and raised. She told me she was born and raised in Cuba. So that's it. Those are the only details I'm divulging regarding it. Also, yeah, because Russ has a type, and I know for a while people were running with Russ's type is Ariana Grande. No, okay. My type is okay. I will tell you all my type right now. My type is women, okay, who have really, 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 really long dark black hair. That's my type. That is what she has. Okay? Capone, your story hasn't changed about this since you told it over a year ago. I was there for it, and I believe you. Mm-hmm. But yeah, yes, okay. My BM, my baby mama, is indeed an exotic dancer. So yeah, and when another thing that happened, right? Another thing that happened, right, is she and I will tell you all this right now. Yeah, I did meet her at the club that she works at. She gave me a lap dance without charging me for it. That's how much she liked me. So there's that as well. Capone, dark hair. I thought most men like blondes. I mean, I don't have an issue with blonde women. I will tell you all that right now. I don't at all. But I like women with dark hair more. That's just, everybody has their preferences. That's my preference. Hello, Smelly Cat. Smelly Cat, did you want to come on panel? I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna mute again. Hang on. You don't want to come on? All right. Well, yeah. Well, give me another minute. Hang on. All right. Not today. Okay. Well, that's all right, Smelly Cat. That's all right, because I am glad that you're here. But yeah. Oh, I know for a fact that I'm going to get, hell. For going over that, for going over what I just went through. But I don't care. This is my channel. I will discuss what I want on here, and that's it. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. Russ, you did it again. Well, you know what? And I already know that, because it was discussed already, what kind of life, right? What kind of life would, is Russ's daughter going to have? Because Russ is, and in a lot of people's eyes, right, going to be nothing more than an absent father, just like his own father ended up being. I'm not going to, I will try, okay, to the best of my ability, okay, with, Mother Illusionist's assistance, should she want to assist. I actually am going to be there for my child, okay? I'm not going to do to my child, okay, what my own father ended up doing to me. I'm not gonna just, abandon my child, just like how, in the manner that I was abandoned, right? When I was a minor, when I was a little boy, right? I'm not about to do that to my own kid. I'm not going to be an absent father like, everybody who has reviewed me thinks that I will be. No, I will be there, for, my child as best as I possibly can. And, I did also tell, the mother, if she does decide, okay, that she does want to raise the child without my assistance, I'm fine with that as well. Because I know for a fact that there are, a lot of women that do get pregnant, right? And they prefer to just, raise the child on their own. They prefer to have sole custody of the child. I informed her of this. Okay, if you do want, okay, to raise the child without my help, I'm fine with it. But I will still be there, okay, for her and for this baby, whether she likes it or not. And she was okay with that as well. Smelly Cat, but you like that when they give you hell? Yes. SMH, yes, SMH indeed. Well, people are gonna start looking into this. Smelly Cat, so what's up with this child? Did it get born yet? Is it a toddler? I'm lost, bro. Yes, Smelly Cat. Yes. Yes. I did share Picture on Twitter already. Yes. My daughter is indeed on the earth, okay? And she is about 2 months old. So yes, the child was born, okay? And I shall prove that the child was born. So there's that. Because there is a picture of me holding her, okay? So that's more than enough proof that yes, my daughter is here. There would not be a picture of me holding her if she didn't exist. So there you all go. Smelly cat. Okay, well, get a job. Yes, smelly cat. Failed. Oh, music career. Failed. Wrestling promoter, whatever the fuck he was doing. Failed. Photographer. Failed. Businessman. Failed. YouTube. Failed. Rumble. Failed. Twitch. Failed. Philanthropy. Failed. He has failed at everything. I give him credit for trying. I do. But, who the fuck do you think you are coming on here and talking about Amy Winehouse and Keith Richards and the Grateful Dead and Kurt Cobain? Failure. Failure. And you have failed as a man. No, smelly cat, I will not shut up. Failed. Failed. Yeah, a smelly cat. I'm always going to have that memorized. Even in death. Even in death. I will still continue to haunt you, DC. Unfortunately for you, death will never save you from me. Just because she died doesn't mean that I'm not going to continue to haunt her in the grave. Oh well. Well, you know what? No, smelly cat, because what she did to me and so many other people while she was alive is what is really not cool. Okay? Let that go. No, I won't. Like I said, this is my channel. I get it, but dude, oh well, if I get hell for saying that, so what? I don't care. With everything that everything else I've been through being on this platform, so what? I'm all for the the fuck cancer movement, but not when it comes to her. Sorry. Smelly, he's been respectful. As we've been saying, DC is still alive and faked it. Capone, I don't think she faked it, because if she did fake it, number one, that's sick. Okay, number one, that is fucking sick, and that is beyond disrespectful to people that actually do die from cancer. I don't think she faked it. I don't think it was faked. I think she actually did pass away, because other people did videos about it. Hikari is not the only person that discussed it. No, I 100% believe that she did pass away. I really and truly wholeheartedly do. Comparatively speaking, you've been respectful. I mean, it's not just me, it's more along the lines of, I personally don't care. I've already stated I don't feel any sympathy towards her death. I don't, because of what she did to me and to everybody else that she had words for when she was here. Somebody like that does not earn my sympathy or my respect when they go. Because let me tell you, before my grandmother passed away, she was the same. she was no different than DC. Constant verbal abuse. So I mean, I'm not going to continue. I'm not going to feel sympathy for somebody that is verbally abusive, not just towards me, but to other people when they die. I can't. I put up with it. I put up with more than enough of it growing up. And just because, it's somebody else that ended up going that was doing it to me and to other creators, I can't. I can't sit here and say that, oh, I'm sorry she passed away. Don't care. And I explicitly, even when she, she brought up when she was alive and we did do, that panel that we did, she told me, I was recently re-diagnosed with cancer. I told her to her face, I don't care, DC. You know why? I didn't give a fuck then. I still don't give a fuck now. And I don't care who don't like me saying that. But anyway, with that out of the way, I know that I'm going to get more hell for this stream, and that's perfectly fine with me. I am going to go. I appreciate you all for joining me. And yeah, I will try to be live again. Probably not for another few days. But yeah, as I say always, please like and subscribe and share the stream if you want to. I appreciate any kind of engagement that I get as per usual. And have another great day, everybody. Or well, great rest of your evening, I should say. Take care, folks.